each of these strategies in your teaching. So that's what we're hoping to get away with today. Now, who knows about the Three Musketeers? Are you hearing it? Okay, their motto, I don't know what it is in Latin, but their motto was all for one and one for all. So in our PE classes, we generally have students who are always ready to get up and be a leader and take charge and help people out. And we have students who are like, yes, I'll do this and I'll follow along and be involved. And then we have some of our students who are maybe more of our wallflowers who are very good at being maybe busy, happy, good, and what we might term competent bystanders. They're there, but they're not actually necessarily engaged in the learning, and they're not really getting out of what we're teaching, what we're hoping they're getting. So this is the strategy we're going to look at today are ways that we can help get every single student engaged in class. Okay, the underlying part of this is relationships. And I've been in several sessions since the last couple of days where we've heard this again and again and again. Because it doesn't matter what we're trying to teach. If we have students who do not feel included and they do not feel welcomed in their environment, they don't care what we're trying to teach them. They may not remember whatever cues we might be teaching for a throwing skill or exactly what they're supposed to be doing for the 11 steps of archery, but they will know exactly how you made them feel, and they will know how everybody else in that class made them feel as well. And that, if you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's one of the lower levels that needs to be taken care of before we can actually get to learning. So we want to always start off with that as our foundation. Any of you are familiar with Hattie's research, where he looked at all the things that can affect student learning, and there's an effect size of 0.4 where it actually has a positive impact, and we get more than a year's growth out of a student. Cooperative learning is one of those strategies that meets that threshold, but it just peaks over the edge of it. So again, we want our students to learn. Let's find things that actually that happen and be more proactive with it. So for me, when I'm teaching, these are kind of some principles I tend to follow along with. Number one, the outcome is not necessarily important. It's what goes on along the way that's more important for the most part than the actual outcome. Inclusivity. How can I get every single person involved? How can I make sure that they feel like they're welcome, included, that whatever level they're at, whether it's here, or here, there is something for them to work on and work towards. Probably one of the most important ones is be okay with screwing up. Again, another one of those dividing lines in life. When I wasn't okay with screwing up, when I was okay with screwing up, this way is much easier. So much easier. We're all going to make mistakes. Our students are going to make mistakes. It's what you do after a mistake that's more important. So be okay with mistakes. It's going to happen. Phone a friend. We're all here basically phoning friends right now. You've come here to learn from each other, to find out ideas, to go to sessions and so on. Well, in the class, guess what? I might be the teacher, but I've got all these resources around me that can also be drawn on for help as well. So why wouldn't I encourage my students to use each other as a resource to learn from as well? And then lastly, choice. We can still be working towards the same learning intention, but how we get there, I'm going to go out running because it's going to make my heart stronger or my bones stronger. I don't go out doing activities because it's going to improve my muscular strength necessarily. Most of the time, and this is for our students, we do things because it makes us feel good. So if we can create an environment where our students are feeling significant and important because the group that they're working in, they have a role in that place. If we can give them that tribe, hey, we are working together at something and achieving things, those nice little warm fuzzy feelings that you get. The sense of satisfaction and accomplishment at working at something that might be challenging and achieving that goal. And then that rush of, hey, this is challenging, but we're going to push ourselves and we can do this. If we can embrace those in everything that we do and think about those, again, the learning is going to happen. All right, so back to what cooperative learning is. There's 5 major elements to cooperative learning, and you don't have to have all of them in order for what you're doing to work. But first of all, face-to-face interaction. So we're in groups, we're working with each other, we have to interact. We know a lot of our students these days are in a world of this, and interaction has gone down. Basic social skills, unfortunately, we have to teach them. It doesn't come naturally at any age level. We have to model it, we have to teach them and make sure they know how to use them. Individual accountability. We all should have a job to do to help everybody be successful. Positive interdependence. I need you, you need me to make whatever it is that we're trying to do work. Group processing. We figure out, did this work, did this not work? What are our next steps and what should we change? And then interpersonal small group skills. We're working together. These also happen to be 21st century skills that every employer would really, really like people to have, and they're getting frustrated at because lots of their potential employees don't have those skills. Okay, so these are some of the structures we're going to look at today. The first thing we're going to do, and when you introduce anything new, remember, things are going to fail. Be honest with your students. Hey, we're going to try something new. It might get a little messy along the way, but let's see how we go and solicit their input as well. So we're going to start off with the jigsaw. Now, if you've ever done the jigsaw, there are pieces, they're all jumbled up, and eventually when you put them together, you make something that becomes clear and pretty and beautiful and so on. And it also gives you a bit of satisfaction when you finally finish the jigsaw. So we're going to start off today, and this will be what we call a lesson 0. So when you're first introducing a jigsaw structure, this is a great one to start with, and this could again work with any level. So I would like to invite you to come on out. I've got 6 quadrants out here. They are very small, but if we could get some, let's say 5 or 6 people in each quadrant, that would be fantastic. Okay? First of all, I would make sure to say good morning to each person, find out their names. We need a couple more people over here. You know you want to. You all learn that's by doing. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you've got a rough idea of who you are. Now in your group, you're going to give each person in your group a letter. A, B, C, D, and E. So decide in your group who is going to be each letter. He's going to be your A person, he's going to be your B person, he's going to be C, who's D, and who's D. We could do one more. Is there someone else over here? Or we could do one more person. One. No one's going to get hurt. Thank you very much. Okay, so you've got A, B, C, D, and E. Awesome. So the people that you're with right now, these are your home people. They're the people you always go back to because you love them so much. Okay? We are going to split up now. We're going to have the A group. If you're an A from your group, could you please come over to this corner? Don't worry, you'll be going back home eventually. If you are a B person, could you come over here? Let's have C's meet right here. D's, and let's put 5 numbers. You're already there. Welcome to the new people to come visit with you. So A, B, C, D, and E. If you have more than 2 people, then you can always join with an extra letter. So we're going to play a tag game. I have no idea what this tag game is going to look like. Nor do you. That's what we're going to try and figure out. A's, as a group, they are going to decide the playing area and boundaries of the game that we're going to play. B, you're going to decide how someone is going to get tagged. If it's using a piece of equipment, where that's going to be. C, you're going to decide if there's going to be any safe zones and what they look like. Okay, D, you're going to look at movement patterns. How are we going to move in this environment? What are our peaks and guidelines? And E, you're going to decide how we're going to get unfrozen. So my equipment group, I've got chickens, bits and pieces that you can choose to use. If you want equipment, you can decide to use that. Right? Is that how it works? decided you were good?
So like
You decided what you're up to?
yeah, like yeah.
Oh, that's
That's a better space we get.
okay.
Space.
And how are we getting on the Oh, that sounds like a, I think I know where that came from. Awesome. Okay, so you guys set? Awesome. Right, it is time for you to return home. All right, go back home. Okay. All right, now that you're back home and reunited with your home family, each of you has a piece of information. Now you're going to put all those pieces of information together and try the game that we have created bit by bit. It might not work. You'll see that in a moment, which will lead us to the next layer. So give it a try. Each of you tell your group what information you have and how this is going to work. Okay, is it like a safe zone of 5 responses, 1 response, 2 responses, 3 responses, 4 responses, 5 responses? Okay, the tag is going to have a noodle and you're moving at a low level. So you might want to come and get a noodle. When everyone knows what to do, your game can start. Take whatever equipment you need. Yes, you can start whenever your group knows what you're doing. And we have slowly to go over.
Thank you.
Joyce, only 5 seconds over there.
Okay, so I've chosen the people that need to be unfrozen by being rolled over. If you were in quarantine and section yesterday, you might have seen this one.
You're a taker? You're a taker?
Okay, time out left. Right. Now, this is the point where you realize that some things might be working and some things might not be working. So, you are going to revisit with your expert groups, your A, your B, your C, your